A couple of weeks ago, I was at a seminar to learn something about human design. So I'm very critical about those things like human design and G keys and everything. But I'm also open-minded. And as Hannah's really into human design and she works a lot with it, I wanted to look at it to at least have some vocabulary and basic understanding to know what she's talking about. And so I went to that seminar and I have that sentence stuck in my mind since then. And that sentence is, find the 100. Find the 100. And that sentence has such a great pull. It's moving me forward in a new direction. Not so much a new direction, but in a new way. And I want to tell you about this in this video. So in the last few weeks, ever since we came here to Iceland, lots of pieces of the puzzle, they have come to light. I've discovered a lot of things that were kind of missing from the big picture, and it's all starting to make so much sense now. Like, not just right now, but also the past and the futures. It's all coming together. Like it's a coherent story that's emerging, my story. And I want to tell you part of that story. And this is new to me, so I'm feeling a bit vulnerable because when I was making videos before, I was teaching. I was teaching from my mind. I was teaching logical stuff, how to build habits, how to change your sleep patterns, or also illogical stuff like, how to behave as a man so your relationship profits from you being more dominant. All these kind of things. But this is different now, and this also comes from this one setting. Because in this session, there were some things that very deeply resonated with me. And one of the things they were, so find the 100. I'm going to tell you what that means, what it's all about, and why this is relevant for you watching this video. So please stay tuned, because I'm not just telling you a story. There's actually something I want from you, or maybe that I can offer you, or we will see. So this is actually the reason why I'm making this video. But another part, what I learned about my profile, or well, I don't like it to be like set in stone. Okay, this is my profile. I'm like this, 1, 2, 3, but rather I think it's like an offering. It's like, is that maybe an aspect of you that could be more conscious and that you could more connect to? And definitely one of those aspects is telling stories and teaching from experience, And I've always felt that my life is just, one big experiment. And that I am kind of this subject, to experiment on. And I'm the experimenter and the subject at the same time. Because I crave for experiences, but I crave for experiences not just to experience them, but also to gather data to teach. And this is one of the most beautiful things, I think, in life, to teach. And I always felt that, okay, that needs to be scientifically founded, there needs to be a well thought of program, step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I was kind of neglecting the power of my own experiences and the power of the story and the emotions that come with it. And so this is the start of me doing more of this. I also have my other programs, my coachings, and they're scientifically based. And they follow 1, 2, 3 clear steps, so you know what to do. But I want to add this more deeper personal layer to it. So, why do I want to find the 100? Part of the profile that I learned, and something that really resonated with me, was that the way I teach and share my knowledge is not by spreading it, thin to a lot of people. Also, I don't work like a scientist, making my experiment and then writing an article about it. No, I need to have that one-to-one energy. And I also really want that personal contact and that very special relationship of student and teacher, coach, coachee, mentor, mentee, whatever you call that. Because I've been on the other side of those relationships and I find them enormously fulfilling. It's like family, but different. Like there is emotional depth, there is connection, there's real relationship. It's not just a project-based or goal-based relationship. And it's different from a friendship also, because it just feels different. So I am looking for these kinds of relationship, and I really want to find those 100 people that want to learn what I have to give. And when I understood this, and then when I felt the resonance with this approach, not just making a video course and thousands of people watch it, but really teach a limited number of people everything I know, go full in, really give myself into this. This feels so good. It feels absolutely amazing. And actually I have no idea how to do this right now, because I've always done specific programs, or I've been doing a lot of coaching, but this is going to be different. This is more moving into the role of mentor, where there is a personal connection, but for a longer time. So I'm looking for 100 people, and not 100 people right now, but 100 people over the course of my lifetime that I really want to inspire with what I have to give, and I want them to take it and make it their own, Same thing I did with Dark Retreat. Like there are probably a bunch of 10 people that I really taught how to do dark retreats. And some of them have been doing dark retreats just in their own way. And it's so beautiful to see how they take that seed and they blossom, and the impact I have in this world by teaching others I know, it's so much bigger than to do it myself. And yeah, it just feels really good. So I'm looking for a few people that I can do a pilot with. Like I said, I have no idea or concept right now of how I want this to start. I don't have the 5-year master plan in my head right now, and I don't know if I really want to have that in my mind. But rather I want to look at what's needed here and there in this moment and move from there. And also give more of my personal experience and wisdom in this, instead of just teaching my system, whether that is how to do dark retreats or how to build habits or how to show up as a man in your relationship. And really the difference is that it's more me. I want to give more me into this. So you can hear that, it's not so clear right now. It's a little bit back and forth, and I've been wondering, should I, make this video and give that out, or wait until everything is clear and set and I really know who I want, what I want, but I feel I just want to let this out. So, what do I have to give? Well, there's so much. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and the things I've been busy with. And I think it makes most sense if you look at it from the umbrella, from the package that I call fully alive. Fully alive is basically my journey in this life to become fully alive. And it's paradox, because here I am alive. So what does it mean, fully alive? Well, it means happy, it means healthy, it means conscious, it means emotional depth, but it also means detachment. It means being here and now, right, present in that moment, being intense, but also being able to fully let go and relax. It's a lot of two sides of the same coins kind of thing. So, I'm going to tell you about what I've been doing. And if some of those things resonate with you, or maybe you've been in my coachings, or maybe you've seen some of my videos or taken part in a video course. If something resonates with you and you feel like, oh yes, this pump, something is in this call, I don't even know what, but maybe I want to take one of those seats in Martin's bus of lifetime journey and hop on and see what I can learn and get from this. Then please contact me in whatever way you want. So, where do I start? Not at the beginning. I'm gonna tell you my childhood stories. But it probably starts when I have my first intercultural experience. So I first learned French, then I learned English, and I spent some time in France when I was, I think, 11 years old, 10 or 11. And then I spent some time in New Zealand, and then I studied in the Netherlands, and did some extensive travel. I lived in India for a while. And those intercultural experiences, they have really given me a huge present, by stepping out of what I know to be true and really experiencing different cultures, different languages, different representations of reality and different realities. And I'm so thankful for everyone who's been part of that. Especially very thankful for my host family in New Zealand, where I lived for a full year, and that was an amazing experience to kind of, move from a German brain to a Kiwi brain and back. Yeah. So I've traveled the world, and not just as a tourist, but as like a traveler, as an explorer, and that has really taught me about different perspectives and seeing the world from different viewpoints. And also my time in India was very intense and taught me a lot about life. Many very, very intense memories about that time. Especially driving scooter on the Indian road in traffic. Okay, back to the topic. So I studied psychology. So there's a very important part of me that comes from this scientific school of thinking. And while I question some things about it, it's a very solid background. And so I did a bachelor in clinical psychology, a master in behavioral science. And I think the most important course I took in this on the whole university was a course called Dynamic Systems and Nonlinear Statistics. And if you know me, if you watch some more of my content, then there's really a lot to do with dynamic systems theory, and it's like a guiding philosophy in a lot of things that I do and offer, especially where transformation or behavioral change plays a role. Yes. So, back to the topic. So, I've worked a lot with psychology. I decided not to become a therapist. I can make another video about this another time, why I didn't want to be a psychotherapist. At least not in the traditional system. So, what else? I worked a lot with dark retreats. I built 2 dark retreat centers in Germany with my ex-wife. And I came up with my own way of doing dark retreats. So they're usually like more in the spiritual, shamanic way, but coming from a science background, I did them a little bit different, and I also taught some people how to do it. And that was a great experience. If you want to know more about this, there's also a book if you Google Darkness Retreat on Amazon. There's a book I wrote about it. Actually wondering if I want people to read that book now. Like, it's like 10 years old, and I think I've moved on from a lot of the ideas that I mentioned there, but it's a great experience. And I'm sure I'm gonna make a video also about what it is to do a dark retreat, because that's very special. Next to this, I developed my own system of habit formation. So basically, this is how to build good habits, how to get rid of habits you don't want anymore in your life. And usually people tell you, you have to make it a habit, just stick with it for 30 days or 21 days or whatever, and then it's a habit and you have it for life. It's not that simple, and I wrote a book about how to build habits and how to get rid of habits, and I made an online course, a lot of coachings with habits, and this has been very valuable work, I feel. Really showing people not just why, but how to build habits. But the habit formation is kind of more like a process that you can apply to a lot of things. So I also really got into health, fitness, nutrition, raw food, raw herbs, vegan. Like, I really tried a lot of different things to find out what's the best diet for me. And I lived some time as raw vegan. I've tried a lot of different things, and I have a lot of knowledge about this, and like nutrition and detox and wild herbs. I'm not like the expert on everything, but I found out what works for me, and in teaching other people and coaching other people about it, I found out what works for them. And so I see myself as a generalist, but I know enough about those specific topics to kind of foster the change. I'm going to talk about in another video. Probably should write a list of all the videos I want to make. What fully alive means to me. But definitely nutrition plays a role. And then sleep. Sleep is like a big topic. Wow. Because so many things depend on us being well rested. And sleep is just a beautiful, beautiful thing to kind of, we take it as granted that we sleep, and then we try to optimize or sleep less or something, but enough good quality sleep is like the base for being fully alive. And usually in my coachings, when people come to me, the first thing we do is we fix sleep to make sure that they have enough good quality, high quality sleep. And then usually 95% of the problems or challenges or whatever, they just go like poof. Where did they go? So sleep is an important topic. And then relationships is an important topic also, especially your love relationship with your partner. And I've gone pretty deep down the rabbit hole of polarity, taking 2-3 steps back and then going down again. Basically combining things from biology, polarity scene, and my knowledge about psychology, and also tested those hypotheses in many coachings and courses. And this kind of sparked the next line, where I discovered that I really like to work with men, and that a lot of the self-improvement and therapy things and those processes, they're really geared towards women. And I've enjoyed over the last few years to find out what works for men and to work with men. And I also really like to have men only groups in the coachings. It's different. So, and this is also a big part, like the men's work. Okay, so what else is there? I think that's it, pretty much. It's the important thing. It's not just those small things. It's not just like, okay, learning about detox with raw herbs, or hey, how does your attachment style work together with your partner's attachment style, and what dynamics arise from this. But it's really the full package, and it's the full package I want to share. And I want people in my team on my journey that are going to, obviously they want to learn from me, they want to know what I've been doing, and that I can teach my way of coaching and seeing the world and how I make programs. But I also want to be challenged. I want people who really want to know and who really want to find out what works for them, and who see everything that I do as a hypothesis to build their own style, to find their own truth, and then come back to me. And then, hey, let's discuss it and see what comes from this. So I'm really looking to build a core circle of people that want to bring this very big vision I have for being fully alive into the world, and that want to be part of it. Yeah. And I have no idea how that will look like. Like me teaching you or doing a project together or whatever it might be. If you're interested to know more and know where the journey's going, then just contact me. Yeah. Yeah, so if you have made it this far, this means that there's something in for you, and I would love for you to connect, and let's talk and let's find out what it is that made you watch this video right to the end. Oh, I forgot so many things. Now they're all coming. Oh, also a lot of, yoga, sports, fitness, breathing, meditation, kids, about children. Oh wow, about little children, about older children, about family. There is so many things that I would love to teach you about learning, how to learn, like how to learn new languages, how to learn new skills. Generally just the brain and your body and your existence, and it is so great to be here in this body, have a consciousness, but also have this physical body to do things with. And I just have this vision that there is so much more joy and fun and intensity and depth, and yeah, and I want to discover it all, and I'm looking for you if you are looking for the same thing. So let's talk. Oh, trauma, and also trauma. Oh my God, like how so many things that are connected to trauma and what trauma is and isn't. I could go on and on, but by now, you know if I am for you or not. See you soon.